All righty, I think we are looking good here. Let me go ahead and maximize here real quick. Well, good evening, everybody. This is HB calling in from Houston, Texas. Want to say a hello, good morning, good evening. I know we've got people all over the world. So some places around the world, such as in Thailand, we've got people right now, it's morning time. So Sawadee Cup to all of those in Thailand, Korea, Japan, all over the world. We've got people over there, but good evening here in the United States and early good morning in places over in Europe and Africa, places like that. So want to welcome everybody to tonight's call. My name is Holton Buggs. They call me HB. HB, I am actually the CEO and president of Countdown4Freedom. Let's see here. I think I've just lost my login. Oh, I've logged in from another device. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can still see me. You guys give me a check. Okay, great. Wonderful. Well, anyway, want to welcome everybody to tonight's call. I can tell you guys, things have been absolutely exciting over here. We have actually are celebrating our 1 week pre-launch anniversary. So today is what I call our 1 week anniversary, pre-launch anniversary. Last week on Monday around this time, actually, I did the second call for Countdown4Freedom pre-launch. And since that time, ladies and gentlemen, we have had an amazing response. As a matter of fact, kind of give you some of the statistics of what we've accomplished. Just in 1 week alone, we've exposed the business and have had over 100,000 viewers watching our opportunities just in the very first week that we've been in pre-launch. And so many of you who are on the call right now today, some of you have actually been dialed in here because you're already a part of the family and you know what's really going on. Some of you are here right now because somebody reached out to you and you probably couldn't even understand because they were so excited as they were talking that they probably couldn't get their words out. But what they did is they came and talked to you and shared with you an opportunity. And then some of you who are here right now, you have no idea why you're actually watching this telecast that we have right now, this Facebook Live or this Zoom. Well, my goal is to share with you just a few short moments why you're actually here and the purpose of this presentation. You know, my background, for those of you who don't know, I've been in the network marketing industry for about 28 years. But I started off in formal education by going to school, being the very first person in my family to go to college. And I went out and I got that college education because that's exactly the model that my family thought was going to be the key to success because nobody in my family had ever done it. And so they figured if we could ever get together enough money or enough culture in our family to provide an opportunity for the first person in our family to go to college, we can break that cycle of what I call lack of money or poverty that actually had systemically plagued my family. And I was good enough in sports and to get a football scholarship at Texas Southern University, and I did that. And with that taking place, they thought that was going to be the key to all of my dreams. Lo and behold, they didn't know that during college, I had realized that I didn't want to be an engineer. I'd had a couple of internships, and I'll never forget sitting at this particular research facility that I was doing an internship. And I saw all of these very smart engineers and very successful people or very smart people walking around, very little conversation. Most of them had about 8 to 12 pens in their pocket. And I said to myself one day, these people have been working here for about 20, some 30 years. And I'm just a freshman in college. Is this what I see myself really doing for the next 30 years? And I never forget, I was driving just as nice of a car as anybody who worked in that research facility. And I thought about it really quickly. And what I thought about was, if I follow the path of these people who've done it 20, 30 years ahead of me, why is it that I should expect a lifestyle that's much different? I should expect to live in the exact same systematic environment that they're living in. And so what I tell people today is that if you're following a path, go look at a person who's been doing something successfully at a high level, 10 to 20 years longer than you've been doing it. And when I saw that picture, I knew I had to do something different. I had gotten involved in network marketing in my college years during my freshman year. And I never really made any money doing it during that time. But what I did notice was this. I noticed that the person who was very, very successful, who had actually been doing it, had a lifestyle like I had never seen before. And so I got involved, and I never forget, for over 7 years, I worked that business on a part-time basis. And what I really got was an education. I learned the difference between formal education and self-education. I learned the difference between a person who's working for a wage and a person who's out there producing and earning profits. And that was when I understood that profits were much better than wages. And even though my profits were real small, I knew that if I actually became steady enough that I can build myself a business and I can actually earn my own freedom. And that's exactly what happened. It happened to be many, many years later, but I was able to earn my freedom at the age of 28 is when I retired from corporate America and never had to go back and work for anyone else. But what happened most importantly was this, ladies and gentlemen, is that I started to learn how to operate and how to make money work for me instead of me working for money. And so because of that, I've been able to put together many other businesses, over 22 different corporations that I've now started and own, and I've made profit from. But it's all because of I started with earning profits versus a wage. And what I want to share with you tonight is a concept that has really liberated so many people. That's why we call it Countdown for Freedom. I want to share with you how to get on the other side of money. I want to share with you a certain philosophy that you'll be able to build, something that's very simple. And I never call it easy. Anything that's worthwhile doing will never be easy, but I want to share with you a very simple concept of what we've actually found to bring to this industry to allow people who are just like you, people who are like me, that struggled in our industry of network marketing. Because many of you out there haven't gotten into the big bucks before. And so that's why I started this concept. That's why this company exists, for the people out there who are just like me saying, I believe in network marketing, but I just have not been able to see the results. And so if that's you, what I'd like for you to type into the comments, just type in, I do believe. I do believe. And if you actually do believe, then what I want you to do is I want you to suspend disbelief for the next 30 to 40 minutes or so, because what I'm going to share with you hasn't never been done before. I don't want to come across as, okay, I'm the smartest tool in the tool shed. But what I have actually realized of 28 years in this industry is that I've been able to pay attention to not only distributors, I've been able to pay attention to owners. I've been able to pay attention to companies. And I've been able to figure out why people win. And I've been able to figure out why companies don't win. I've been able to look at why companies that are good never become great. And I've looked at some great companies who had great results that don't stay great for a long period of time. And the number one reason behind it is that they don't build a culture around its people. It's they don't take care of the people. And that's one of the things that I've actually studied. And so as I started to look around, I wondered why in the economy that we have today with so much technology, why is it that we don't have companies today that are 20 billion, 30, 40 billion when we have the Ubers of the world and when we have the Airbnbs of the world and when we have, you know, the Alibabas of the world who become so large and break records in business, and they do it in such a short period of time. When we have the Zappos type companies out there and the Googles who've actually become multi-billion-dollar conglomerates all over the world, why hasn't anybody done it in network marketing? And I can tell you this, for so long, I never thought that I had the answer. Why? I don't have a college degree. I don't have business training formally. I don't have all of the accessories from an educational background that one would think this type of person must have all these credentials in order to find a solution in a billion-dollar industry. But I also went back and I realized, you know, the owner of Facebook doesn't have a degree. You know, I looked at Bill Gates, didn't have a degree. And I started to understand that it wasn't the degree, it was the passion and someone who found a niche in the marketplace. What I can tell you is after 28 years of doing network marketing and 28 years of of having some of it be failure. And then also I've been on the other side of the money. I've been able to build teams in excess of 3 million distributors on a global basis. I've been able to do over $3 billion of sales, and I've done it right from the comfort of my home. And not in any one month have I ever sold over $1,500 worth of products myself. I understand what it takes to make this industry work. But most importantly, I've been able to see and watch the people, counsel people, the people who haven't made it work. And I realized that the majority of it really wasn't their fault. Some of it was, but a lot of it wasn't their fault. And so if you do believe, what I want you to do is buckle your seatbelts right now, because I want to share with you a concept that I really believe will resonate with you here. One of the things, let me get my my presentation up. Okay, T. Gray, I've got a technical difficulty here. I've had something that happened, and maybe I'm not sharing my screen here. Let me hit screen share and go here. There we go. Okay, I've got this thing here. Okay. So one of the things I want to share with you is about evolution. And when I talk about evolution, you may say, well, what do you mean by evolution? I believe that it's time for network marketing to evolve. And what I did is I actually decided to take personal responsibility for being able to actually do it myself. Why? Because I saw a vision in my head so plain and so clear, and I know exactly what it takes to make things happen. I've been on the corporate side of network marketing for the past 10 years, while I've also been the #1 earning distributor in that company as well. And so I believe that I have a great understanding for how to make it evolve. See, in previous industries and network marketing and previous opportunities, what I found was that it was a little different, okay? Things operated differently. And I came to this vision of being able to put together a first-class consumer experience. I wanted to come up with a concept whereas I could actually offer an opportunity to a person that they can give away to their friends and family for free and never have to sell one product, never even have to sell the concept. I came up with the concept of what's called a PRIB. It's called a perpetual residual income builder. It's the first ever in the network marketing industry. But what I really hope happens is I hope that the industry as a whole adopt this philosophy and start operating this way. The old model in network marketing is antiquated, and it's time for an upgrade. It's time for an evolution. The old model is this: customers actually pay more. What do I mean by customers pay more? I've actually sold a lot of products, and the billions of dollars that I've actually sold have been very high quality products that I still use today, and I still have friends and family that use today. But to be very candid with you, many of the products that I've sold, my customers could have actually gone right down the street to the nearby store and bought them for 50% cheaper than what I was selling them for. Why is that? It's not that it's bad, it's just that that's how the models actually do work. Companies today have to mark their products up anywhere from 7 to 12 times multiples just for the ability to pay commissions to its distributors. That's how it works. And that's why distributors go out and they create the stories. When I say stories, I'm talking about the examples of why you should use this product. And they go out and create the stories, and people actually buy the products because of personal relationships. Well, here's what I wanted. I wanted to do something different. Because in the old model, only the strong recruiters won. In the beginning, I wasn't a strong recruiter, and I started to enhance my skills, and I went through personal development, and I learned how to do it. And today, I'm a very strong recruiter. And it's one of the biggest reasons that I've won. My strong recruiting skills, my leadership development skills, and the ability to connect with people and build culture. But what if you don't have that? Should you be locked out of an opportunity? Should you be at the bottom of the barrel of not being able to look at an opportunity and say that I can achieve my dreams and goals because you're not a great recruiter? I thought that that was a major problem in our industry, and I decided to fix it. Here's the new model. The new model is making money when customers save money. I thought about this and I said, what if we had a different philosophy? What if the philosophy here was the only way a distributor will earn money in this company, the only way, is when they are actually forced to have a customer pay less than what the customer can typically buy that product anywhere else in the world, paying less. And I talked to some people about it, and they challenged me. And it says, Holton, is it possible? How are you actually going to do this? How are you going to bring this vision to the world? Well, here's the thing. It all starts with a particular industry in which we're going to be able to do it. And that industry is the travel industry. Today, I want to share some concepts with you about travel. And I want you to understand, and I'll tell you our secret. Travel is really what we call the carrot. We dangle this carrot out there. Why? Because everybody's going to do it. You say, well, Holton, that's not true. And I'm going to tell you, it is true. It's already doing $8 trillion every single year, whether you and I don't get on a plane, don't check into a hotel, or decide to stay at home. It doesn't matter. We're not going to affect the travel industry. If you take a look at Asia alone, we're talking $6 billion of travel that takes place every day. Europe, almost $5 billion. United States, almost $3 billion a day. In the US, that's $32,000 per second that takes place in the travel industry. Latin America, almost $1 billion a day, with Africa posting over almost $500 million on a daily basis in the travel industry. You say, well, okay, well, that's great. How do I participate? How do I get involved with that? I want to share with you right now a simple way not to sell anything. I want to share with you a way to tap into this revenue, to tap into $8 trillion worth of inventory that you can actually have on the internet and start pulling profits and never sell one thing. As a matter of fact, there's nothing to sell. Let me share with you how this concept actually works and what we've done. Now, remember, what I'm sharing with you is not new information. Travel industry has existed for years, for centuries. It's already existed. What we're going to do is we're using different thinking. If you think about it, the transportation industry was here. Uber thought of a way of not utilizing any of their own vehicles whatsoever, empowering people all over the world to do ride shares, and they became the fastest growing company in the history of the world. Airbnb today is larger than the top 5 hotel chains put together, and they don't own any real estate whatsoever. Well, I looked at how can I do something in the travel industry, and how can I bring this to fruition? Well, number one, let me give you a couple of ideas to tell you why it's possible, and then I'll tell you who we were able to partner with, who had a foundation and an infrastructure that is allowing this dream to not be a reality in the future. It's here today. We're talking right now, we're actually getting this done. Did you know that there's only 2 companies in the entire travel industry that monopolize all of the bookings? You've got a company called Expedia, and you've got Booking Holdings, which was formerly Priceline, that own all of the different travel companies that you've seen. You're probably familiar with the logos of over about 40 to 50 different companies in the travel industry. And you probably thought these were travel companies. Well, they're not. Just think about it. Nobody invents travel. There's no manufacturing of travel. People are going to travel anyway. These are nothing more than marketing companies. What they do is they design a great website, great logos, and they spend billions of dollars per year on advertising, attracting people to their logo based off of color, style, or different little gimmick that they may have that somebody may be attracted to. And because there's only 2 companies out there who own them all, it means that there's price parity. They don't have to have real huge swings in the prices because they control them all anyway. Well, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see something called Extreme Travel. I had the pleasure of being able to partner up with a gentleman by the name of David Manning, who's the CEO of Extreme Travel, which is a large travel agency and also a host travel agency that actually provides some services that in the travel industry that most people want, need, and can afford in the travel industry. But what we did is we also brought together a unique product and a unique concept that I'm going to share with you that's allowed people all over the world, and this is the reason why over the past 7 days, we've had over 100,000 people viewing this opportunity. Okay. What we put together is your own wholesale travel booking platform. You say, well, wholesale travel booking platform, what is that? Today, there's only 3 ways, ladies and gentlemen, to buy travel. 3 ways. The majority of the world only know about 2, and today I want you to focus on number 3. Number 1 is retail. That's a website that you'll go to, or even logging into that particular hotel or airline's website and buying your package. That's what we call retail. Wholesale is when you go to some of these discount places and they'll offer you a discount, and those are pretty good. You'll see them advertised. We offer the lowest price possible. And it's true. But there's only one word that they left out: the lowest price public, or the lowest public facing price. And so the third way is through what we call a wholesale behind the curtain pricing. And this is what we've been able to do and tap into. Behind the curtain pricing simply means that we're able to offer a website. We can give it away to customers for free. But for our travel savings agents or our members, it's member-based pricing. Pricing that has up to 70+% off of the retail prices. We're talking the same hotel, same rental car, same cruise lines, but up to 70% discount. As a matter of fact, stay tuned. I'm going to share with you a couple of those discounts and what they actually look like and what you can actually expect to see when you start to tour this website. A lot of different discounts and exclusive experiences that we offer, an optional travel agent opportunity as well. So if you want to refer travel and actually do groups, we have that availability with our partnership that we have with Extreme Travel. But most importantly, what I want you to know is this: in the $3 billion of products that I've sold, guess what I had to have on stock? I have had to pre-purchase as a company over $3 billion worth of inventory. Warehouses all over the world with dispatch and logistic challenges that we've had to have as well. Product labeling and all of those things are things that we have to have. Now, I'm not crying over spilled milk. If I sold $3 billion worth of products through my network, trust me, I made a very handsome commission override over the total $3 billion. Put myself and my wife in a position that we have multiple generations that have not even been born in our family that will never have to worry about wealth, or at least a source of that wealth. And I don't say that from a bragging position. I say it because I want you to start thinking about it as well. What if you can put not only your current generation retirement plans aside, but you can also start planning for the people in your family who's not even been here before, who's not been here yet, multiple generations down. Here's how we've been able to do it. Okay. Extreme Travel, just to let you know some of the alliances and some of the awards, as Tanya mentioned it last night, this is like the Oscars in terms of some of the awards that the travel agency has earned. FunJet Platinum member, 500 Club, if you look at that, Royal Caribbean, Royal Family, Norwegian Cruise Line, NCL President's Club. You can read them, you pay attention to them, and you see that this is just a small component of what we've been able to accomplish. We've got our Director of Travel, Lori Spear, who actually sits on the board of several different travel commissions in the entire industry on a global basis. David Manning himself is one of the top people in travel and is looked upon as, I would call him, a travel agency mentor, someone that the entire world looks upon for information, advice, and also his strategic planning when it comes to building out a travel company. And so what we wanted to do was make sure that we kept the right company, and that's why we partnered with Extreme Travel to bring this opportunity. Extreme Travel is the backbone. You say, well, why do you need the backbone if nobody manufactures travel? Because what we do know is we know we're building an international opportunity, but you've got to also have what I call the touch and feel behind it. That means that what good is it to have discount prices if one of your customers book a hotel but book their own date and needs to change it and there's nobody to talk to? Do you think they'll ever go back and want to book with you? Of course not. That's where Extreme Travel comes into play. Hundreds of millions of dollars of travel that have been booked. And I can tell you here, this is the first year that Extreme Travel, we're looking to go from $100 million to over $1 billion in travel that we're looking to actually book this year alone because of what I'm about to share with you. Here's how the wholesale travel booking engine works. We offer a website. Our product is what we call iGo. Well, people say, well, what does iGo mean? It just simply stands for I go for less. Now, if you're out there on the chat right now, and if you can type in, I want to know, do you want to go for less? Do you want to go for less? And if so, I want you to type in I go, the number 4, and then less. I go for less. And that'll let some of you know how many people are so excited that are already a part of this opportunity, who's ready to go ahead and continue to book travel for the rest of their life, 5-star experiences for 3-star prices. Take a look at the example on my left side. You've got Expedia here on their booking engine, had this exact same hotel for $339 a night. Through our own personal behind the curtain pricing, $178 per night. That's $161 savings per night. Same hotel, same room. Travelocity on the right-hand side, $440 per night, $130 per night with our website. This is in Paris, France, 4-star hotel, $310 per night savings. Now, my question is this here. If this was a person going from the United States, do you think they stayed in Paris for a night or only 2? No. Most people, when they go to Paris, are there for at least 7 days, specifically if they're coming from another country. And so if you take a look at that, if you stayed for 7 days, that would have been a $2,000 plus savings on one trip alone, not including what I'm going to show you next. What if they wanted a rental car? In this example here, $392 is what it was if you would have gone to rentalcars.com. On our website, $221, $171. Well, if you're there for 7 days, guess what? You got a rental car for 7 days. You got $171 times 7, plus the savings that you had on the hotel. See, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to understand is travel is much bigger than just rental cars and also hotels. To my right is what we have. We have something called exclusive weeks. This is inventory that we have at amazing resorts and some homes all over the entire world. And we have them dated where you can just go to the website, choose a particular area that you want to go to all around the world. It must be one week long. And what we do is we have a package price there that comes with everything all included, including your taxes. For example, $1,215 is this 1 week in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. This was on hotels.com. On our website, it was $712. $503 savings for the week. Not bad. Same room, same resort. What I want to share with you now is I want to share with you some testimonials, because people ask, is this real? Does it work like this? Because those were the questions that I had. See, before I actually started this company, here's what I did. I took the product and I actually gave this product away to several friends of mine and say, hey, if you're going to travel, I want you to go and use this booking engine. Tell me what you experience. I want to know how you get treated at hotels. I want to know, do they make you stand in a special line? That's a longer line. I want to know, are they giving you rooms that doesn't have a window, it doesn't have AC, and maybe your bed doesn't have any pillows? I wanted to know, because I'm like, how in the world can we have such prices and give you the same thing? It was an entire world that I didn't understand. But here's the thing. The things that we don't understand is typically what costs us the most. And once I got this amount of knowledge, ladies and gentlemen, myself, my friends, my relatives, my business associates, they will never, ever, ever travel again at retail prices. Why would you? What I've learned is this: a penny saved is a penny earned. I want to show you a whole bunch of pennies that's been earned. In this example to my left, you've got a person over here who booked their total cost of the reservation was $397.36. But I want you to look at the savings that we've got there circled. And it's circled and we've got it in green. Why? Because every time we show you green, that's money earned back into your pocket. $848 is what they saved on that reservation at the Sheraton Salt Lake City Hotel in Salt Lake City. Here's the second one here. The booking was $287, but the savings was $532. $532, pretty incredible. Third one over here, look at it, $945. I've got good friends. I was actually right on the call with them up until this time. And my good friend Johnny Chung and Sophie Chung called me. She says, Holton, listen, you've got 5 minutes to the call. And I'm like, hey, listen, I got to jump off here. But they booked this hotel at the Westin Houston Galleria. $945 is what their cost was, but they saved $999, just a few pennies shy of $1,000. They sent an email out in our group chat and they talked about how many different times they've used this service so far, because we just gave them a website and let them start using it. They were one of our test pilots, if you will. $1,000 saved on one example here. Now here's mine. I didn't block out the name because this is one of about 18 different bookings that I've made so far out of using this product, I think since November. I tested it out starting in November. And I believe I have somewhere in the neighborhood of about anywhere between 15 to 18 bookings. Now, if you take a look at it, I was here at in Cabo San Lucas. It was a 4.5-star all-inclusive suite, 1,250 square feet, oceanfront, personal butler and concierge was included. When I wanted something, I simply got on my phone and I would message my butler, and the butler and the concierge would make all reservations for anything I wanted. If I needed an extra pillow, I sent the text message, pillow shows up. If I wanted hot water, I sent a text. I never had to pick up a regular phone and either order food, a reservation, anything I wanted. And here's the cool thing, 4.5-star all-inclusive resort, all of my food at every restaurant on property, all of my drinks, all of my gratuities, you leave your wallet at home. And my total cost was $1,348, including tax, but I saved almost $1,600 of money that went back into my pocket. Ladies, here's a question for you. If you and your husband are watching and he complains like I used to about you shopping, here's your shopping money right here. What about taking a vacation, saving $1,500? And you say, hey, listen, I got a shopping rebate back because I use this booking engine. And when that money comes back to you, you go out there and use it for shopping. Just one of the secrets that you guys are going to do anyway. But let's move on. And I want to show you some of the other benefits that we have. When you take a look at the hotels savings, this is much bigger than just hotels. What we have is a lifestyle ecosystem. And what you're going to find is this. You're going to find yourself watching and looking at this ecosystem on a daily basis, because the things that you encounter or think about on a daily basis are all of the components that we have built into this company. Hotels, the rental cars, cruises, flights. I'll mention this, there are no discounts on flights. Most airlines don't run at a profit margin, so there's no discounts available, but we have it here as a convenience and a courtesy. We've got $1 million homes and packages that most people will pay anywhere from $13,000 to $24,000 for a membership to have hundreds of thousands of dollars of inventory. Hundreds of thousands of inventory. We have it here included. The weeks, the marketplace, show excursions, wine clubs, gift cards, restaurant savings, worldwide tours. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't like to future you and tell you what's all coming, but I can tell you right now, we have not even launched, but the word is out. And multiple companies are coming into us right now because of our momentum, wanting to put their products or service into our ecosystem and into our network and offer our clients and offer our customers discounts. We had a company fly in today who spent about 4 hours with me at my home talking about their particular company, their product, and how they can actually benefit if they were part of a growing fast network. And ladies and gentlemen, we're only 7 days in pre-launch. Can you imagine what happens after our first 90 days? We've got a goal that our first 90 days of acquiring 1 million customers for free. Customers pay nothing. How does this work? Pay close attention here. Here's a question that I have for you. Do you boomerang? If you boomerang, I want you to put in the comments, I boomerang. Put I boomerang in the comments if you boomerang. Now, you're probably saying, well, Holton, what is boomerang? Boomerang is really what I call a philosophy. It's a philosophy of giving. It means that you give out energy, you give out goodwill, and when you give out goodwill, guess what comes back to you? Goodwill comes back. It's the whole principle of a boomerang. And so what our company is all based on is giving out savings to our customer base. This is why you don't have to sell anything. They get an ecosystem, a lifestyle ecosystem and travel booking engine that allows them to book the same exact inventory that you have access to, but there's only one difference. You get it at rock bottom price. They get 50% of the price that you get. Is it still a savings to them? Of course. How much did it cost them to get the website? Nothing. How much does it cost them to maintain the website? Absolutely nothing. We give it away. And what's the principle of it? Well, if you give away 50% of the savings, well, how much should come back? If you think about it, if you throw a boomerang out and it goes out 100 feet, then it should return 20 feet, 30 feet, 60 feet, or it should travel and come right back at 100 feet. Exactly. Equal giving, equal return. Here's what happens. Share 50% of the savings with your friends and family. The customers are going to enjoy 50% of those savings, and 50% of the savings goes to you and the compensation plan. I want to show you something here, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where I really need you to think as a business person. I need you to eliminate disbelief, and I need you to eliminate the concept of it's too good to be true. Because if I would have told you that in the year 2000, I was going to start a company, I wouldn't manufacture any products, I wouldn't have a warehouse, nobody would know where my company is actually based, but I'll do $1 billion my first year, you would have said, Holton, that's too good to be true. Well, there's a company called Amazon and Jeff Bezos who did just that. That's why he's the richest man in the world today. Why? He challenged the belief system of it's too good to be true. And so for a moment, I need you to have that same discipline right now. And I want you to think as a dreamer. Think as a believer right now, and not what I call the Doubting Thomas. Here's how this works, the boomerang example. We empower our people that we call TSAs. That's Travel Savings Ambassadors. Travel Savings Ambassadors. Well, there's going to be two different websites. The boomerang example works on both. Here's on the left side, you're going to see the TSA member site, 70% savings. In this example, this was an all-inclusive resort in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. This was 5 days, 4 nights, $4,867. The total savings available, which means that the wholesale price that we get because of our buying power is only $1,467. That's what they charge us. Guess what we can do if we wanted to? We could have charged the entire $4,867. That doesn't make us different. That doesn't separate us from the masses. So what we said is we're going to give it to our TSAs at the rock bottom price. But what about the customers? The TSAs are now going out there giving away boomerangs. And that means that they give away a travel ecosystem or a lifestyle ecosystem that has this booking engine on it that allows customers to book their travel and receive 50% of the savings. If you notice, 35% is half of 70%. If you look at the savings here, the retail price was exactly the same, but the savings is half. It's almost $1,700 in savings. The customer now paid $3,168. Do you think they're happy? They're fired up. They're ecstatic. Why? Their original cost on many other websites was $4,867. You say, Holton, what are you doing with that money and how does it really work? How can you do this? Here's what happens. Here's you. You're going to go out and throw out your boomerang to your customer. In this example, your customer saved $1,699. Well, that boomerang has to come back and bring some goodwill back to you. It's going to bring back 50% of the savings is going to come directly to our TSA. That means you get a check for $849. And what we're going to do is take the other percentage, $595, and we're going to put that through the compensation plan, leaving the company with only 15% of the revenue. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard me right. We got so bold, so bad to pay out up to 85% of the revenue that comes through boomerangs. I've been in the network marketing industry for 28 years, almost 29 this year. I've never been able to advise a company or strategically plan for a payout that's over 60%. Here, we can do it. You say, why? We don't have any manufacturing costs of the savings. We don't have any logistical costs to deliver those savings. We don't have customer service costs on those savings. It's pure savings, and we can pay it out to distributors. I want to give you an example of how you can make this work for you. Okay? So I want to talk to you about now the business model that if you say, Holton, you know what, I like this concept, but I fail so miserably in network marketing. You know what, all I want to do is I just love to give away stuff. And if you say I don't have to sell, I'll go and give some customers the product and see how it works. Let's say you take it for a test ride and you start off by getting 10 customers. What does these customers cost? Nothing. What do you sell to them? Nothing. There's nothing to sell. There's no convincing whatsoever, and there's nothing for the customer to return. It's a free website, and it has all of the bookings and the benefits that I just told you about. With 10 websites, let's just assume that each customer takes one trip per year. With the average savings of a vacation being $600, you've got $6,000 in savings. That means that, remember, you're going to receive 50% of any customers that you gave a boomerang site to. So $3,000 is what you actually receive. My question for you is, how long will it take you to give 10 people a free website and say, go book your travel and save money? We've had people who've gotten 50 customers in their first 5 hours. Could you give 10 customers in a week or 10 days without selling them anything? But wait, what if you also offer them a low price guarantee, meaning that if they dare found a product or they dare found a booking that was cheaper than what our company offered, we would not only match that price, but we take the difference and give them the difference plus 10%. See, ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing is we're putting our money where our mouth is. See, the beauty I love about this opportunity is that network marketing, I've heard people say rumors of, I got involved and I lost my shirt and I lost this and I lost that and I lost money. Here is the first opportunity in networking that's ever been created where the only thing that you potentially can lose is your luggage, but it will be the airline's fault, not ours. We wanted to create a win-win-win philosophy. The customer wins, our TSAs wins, and our company actually wins when nobody has to go out and do the selling. What if you became a little bit more aggressive and you got 100 customers? Let's say you set a goal that you were going to do this, take your Rolodex and just get 100 people set up, and it took you 30 days to do it. It's very simple. You send them the invitation. Our company does all of the branding for it. They open it up. They put their email in and their name and the city and state of where they're from. They're now set up with Boomerang. They are a registered customer. They're your customer for life. Why? There's nothing to quit. There's no reason for them to say, I want to discontinue all of these savings. Using the same model, this is a $30,000 income every year because people are going to travel every year. A more aggressive model is that if you put a marketing plan together and you say, you know what, I'm going to build myself out of my job. I don't like working for someone else. I want to build myself out of a job, but I don't want to do any recruiting. Be my guest. This is exactly why we created this concept. 1,000 customers, now you've got a $300,000 per year income. Here's what I'll tell you. We had a person who was in the travel industry who understands the commissions that are available. They saw this plan and they saw the savings here and they absolutely fell in love. And the thing about it was they started dreaming again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I know for a fact I did the right thing, because I receive a message every single day from someone who says, Holton, thank you for allowing me to dream again. The number of phone calls that I've received, there's just the excitement that I've heard in people's voice, because finally something that's unique, something that's different, that will break all of the barriers that have stopped people from being financially independent has been achieved in the network marketing industry, and it hasn't been done until this. What you're looking at has never been done in the industry. We've got the exclusive on being able to provide cash back just out of pure savings. They pay less, you get a commission. If somebody has to pay more, no money earned here. Let's talk about a team builder concept. Imagine yourself being able to build yourself a team. What if you're able to now build a team of people who wanted to become TSAs? How simple is it to build a team? I was talking to a good friend of mine today, and he says, Holton, he says, this is the most simple thing I've ever done. He told me, he says, Holton, out of my experience, I thought I would never enter the network marketing industry ever again. He says, until you created this concept. He says, all I've done is call people up and say, hey, listen, I've got an opportunity that you can actually give your friends and family savings and it costs them absolutely nothing. And every time they purchase throughout this ecosystem, they save money and you earn money. He says, this has been the easiest presentation I've ever had to do because I haven't had to convince anybody to actually become a part of it. Let's say you build a team of 1,000 distributors. That doesn't mean that you build all 1,000. What if you sponsored 10 and those 10 sponsored 10? That's 100. But what if the 10 sponsored 10? I mean, the 100 sponsored 10. Now you've got a team of 1,000 of which you've only gotten 10. In this example, that's 10,000 trips if each person got 10 customers. That's every day, 27.4 trips that are being taken in your organization. With the average of $600 savings, guess what you got? $12,600 in customer volume. Well, we can't give you 50% of that because you didn't do all the work, but you're going to average about a 10% override, meaning that you're earning about $1,260 per day. $37,000 a month, $453,000 per year. You know, I was looking at these numbers and at first I was a little hesitant. And people say, well, why were you hesitant? Because I don't like showing numbers that are unrealistic and making people think that they're going to get rich overnight, because that's not what this is about. But then I thought about it. It's the truth. If it's the truth, then just share the simple truth. And if your dream is not big enough to see yourself earning $453,000 right now, not a problem whatsoever. What if you only went out there and got a team of 500 and maybe you can only handle half of that income? But if you're more aggressive and if you're like me, and if you're like a lot of people that I know of that say, I'm willing to do the work if you give me a system, if you give me a company that will allow me to go out and build it, and I don't have to lose over and over, and I don't have to continue replacing customers and distributors, I'll do it. And maybe you become a more moderate builder and you build a team of 10,000. Through this example, you've got $115,000 per day of customer volume. That's $11,500 per day that you're earning every day. That's $345,000 a month, $4 million per year. Ladies and gentlemen, it's possible. It's possible. And so don't let your dream shrink down to what you're accustomed to earning. Don't let your dream shrink down to maybe what your job pays. But remember this, you'll never be worth what your job pays. Never. You don't get paid what you're worth. You only get paid what the job position is worth. But when you start an enterprise and when you start a business, you get paid in direct proportion to the value that you're bringing to the marketplace. In this example here, 100,000 distributors, you're bringing a $1,150,000 of savings to the marketplace per day, which is why you're going to get paid $115,000 per day, $3 million per month. I know it sounds crazy, but let me ask you a question. Do you think somebody's earning that type of money? Do you think the people on Wall Street see these type of returns? Do you think in Silicon Valley over there where all of these tech companies are, do you think that they're afraid of these numbers? No, neither should you. The thing I want you to see is this here. Here's the size of the opportunity. Now, what you do is you identify the size of your dream and you match it with the size of the opportunity that's available. See, if this opportunity wasn't big enough for your dream, it would be the wrong opportunity. The reason why we know we'll be a major force to be reckoned with is because we made this opportunity big enough so that any person that's actually wanting to participate can realize their dreams within our dream. And it's definitely happening. Right now, we're in what we call pre-launch mode. The pre-launch, ladies and gentlemen, is through a simple uni-level compensation plan. Don't worry about this. This doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't know what that means. It just simply means as you start to enroll, there's actually 3 levels of enrollment that you can have. And we have a fast start program that's going to pay you down as deep as 6 levels. Just understand it's a lot of money. But within the first 60 days, when we come to our full compensation plan, it actually changes to what we call a binary structure, whereas everybody that you have in your network now is actually held in what's called a holding tank, and then you're able to position them for the permanent structure of the compensation plan. What does it take to get yourself started? Real simple, coming aboard. Well, first of all, you start off by being on standby. Standby is basically $49. It's the distributor kit that you'll receive. With that, you're going to receive your own personal boomerang customer site because you're not a travel savings agent yet, but basically you're being able to test the product. You're going to have 5 boomerangs that you can send out to friends as well. You now can earn 25% of referral commissions. We've got presentations that's actually going to be designed for you, so you don't have to learn everything that I'm saying. You push a button and the I Decide presentation goes right to your prospect. So that's the initial part that people start with. From there, you say, okay, how do I actually want to ride this success train here or this success plane? There's 3 different ways that you can actually come aboard. Number 1 is coach class. Number 2 is business class. And number 3 is first class. What comes with each? With coach class, you're going to get all of the hotels and flights and rental cars that's going to be a part of this lifestyle ecosystem. You'll receive 10 boomerangs, and you'll start off at 10% dual team commission. That means 10 team commission sales. It's $250 to start at the coach class. And anytime we do major events, you'll have what we call general release. Business class is an upgrade. When you do that, you'll have coach class in addition to everything that you had. You'll have the cruises in addition to everything in the coach class. However, you're going to receive 25 boomerangs. I want you to remember the value of what 10 customers are. In this example, if you did nothing else but use your 25 boomerangs and your customers just went out there and created that type of revenue, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a $9,000 a year income by just making sure your 25 customers got on board with the boomerangs. You'll receive 12% team commissions, but you'll also receive 1 week of pre-sale advance notice on all of the events that we'll have. And this package is a $500 package. Now, the last one is what we call first class. Obviously, it's a different experience when you go business class, and it's an even much different experience on first class. I was flying back from Korea, and I was on Korean Airlines, I believe it was, or I forgot the airline, but I never forget, my assistant booked me first class, and it was a 3-class cabin. But first class, I knew it was unique because they only had 4 seats in the entire class, only 4, and each seat was so huge. It was like a bedroom that I had, and I knew from then on, this is the way I wanted to travel. And with our first class, you're going to get everything that you get in coach class, but here's the difference. You're going to receive all the homes, the 300, 400,000 inventory of $1 million homes. You'll receive the week's marketplace, all the lifestyles, the timeshares, 50 boomerangs. What if you got started with first class and only used the boomerangs, the 50 boomerangs, and never built a business? 50 boomerangs, if you think about it, using the model that I'm talking about, well, remember, 10 boomerangs made you $3,000. Multiply that times 5. That's a $15,000 per year income. The other benefit is that you're going to have is, instead of getting paid 15%, we're calling it a founders pack. With our founders pack, ladies and gentlemen, we're announcing a promo that I'm going to mention in about 3 minutes, so stay tuned. The founders pack now upgrades you to 20% commissions with 2 weeks advance notice, with all of the vacation packages that we're actually going to put out there on sale. $1,000 for the founders pack. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the thing that you must do if you want to experience this is get yourself started. Join this pre-launch team, the Countdown for Freedom pre-launch team, and become a part of history. What's actually going to be taking place is a few events that we've got going on, and I want to mention a promotion to you towards the end of this. On February the 18th, which was last week, Monday, we started off our pre-launch promotion kickoff calls. On March the 8th, we're going to have a VIP party and brand reveal where we release the official name of our company and all of the branding and logo right here at my house. Only 250 people will actually be in attendance. The following day, ladies and gentlemen, we have a liftoff event and Global Opportunity Day. All around the world, people will be sharing the opportunity, but right here in Houston, Texas, and I can tell you over 60% of the tickets are already sold out just since Saturday. Don't take it for granted that they'll be available. If I were you, if you're planning to build a team, I probably would buy a few tickets for them, because this will sell out most likely by this weekend here. Now, there's something else that's going to happen on the 9th. That's Global Liftoff Day, and people say, well, Holton, we can't get everybody in the VIP party. What can we do to celebrate people? Well, here's what we've done. We listen to the field. It's not my company, it's your company. It's our job to listen to what it is that you want. And you said you wanted it, so we did it. And that is, we have put together a founders post liftoff celebration that will take place on March the 9th. On March the 9th, a founders celebration party. If you see right now at the bottom right-hand corner, founders celebration party at Silver Street Studios. Now, each person who attends, you must be a founder to do that. Now, what we had originally said is that your $49 pack goes in today when you get started, and your founder pack or whatever you choose gets charged on the 11th. Because we need to verify founders, we're starting the processing of all credit cards for founders on March the 1st through the 6th. So you must be confirmed as a founder in order for you to participate at this event. You can't buy your way in. You can't smile your way in. You can't charm your way in. This is what we call the first class experience. There will be no cost to any of our founders, and it's a celebration that we will have food, fun, entertainment. It's going to be off the hook, the first one ever. And ladies and gentlemen, they're going to continue coming over and over and over and over and over. Now, on March the 11th, what's going to take place as well is we start off what we call our Mission 10K. That means 10,000 people that we're going to put in the system, in our business. 10,000 new TSAs will join us that week. I believe we're going to have to increase that goal. But I want to go ahead and give you a couple of announcements other than the founder celebration. On Wednesday, February the 27th, which will be tomorrow, you're going to have Tony Mazzell. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, she's had the largest call attendance out of all of us. And she rocked the house. I promise you, tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, she will rock the house. You put people on her call, they're in the business. We've got an all-star cast. Tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, the loudmouth, me. I'm going to be back here on this call, sharing with people the vision that we put together to bring you the best opportunity out there in the world. Now, Thursday, February 28th, it's amazing. We actually have people flying in for this, and I didn't even know that. But right here in Houston, Texas, where I live, the Hilton Post Oak Galleria, you see the address there, will be the first official opportunity meeting taking place here in Houston. There's no cost for this one for distributors or for your guests. You just come, you bring them in. It's going to be standing room only. They didn't have the entire ballroom for us. They had a smaller ballroom. It's going to be standing room only. Get there and make sure that you get there early. Friday, March 8th, we talked about the VIP event. On March 9th, we've got our global liftoff. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got the celebration party. The main thing I want to share with you is this. You may not like network marketing, and that's okay. You may not have liked travel industry, and that's okay as well. And maybe you've had a bad experience before. And maybe you're confused about all of this information and don't even understand how to process it. And maybe you don't even like the presentation. But one of the things I want to tell you is this. If you give us a chance, the team that we put together, we will make you fall in love with our culture. We will make you fall in love with the type of people and the way that you'll be treated here. And I don't know what your goals are, and I don't know what your financial aspirations are, but one of the things I can tell you is this, is that there's no better place to be than in the company of the people that you really, really love and that you know love them. Give us a shot. Give us the opportunity. I promise you, we'll make you fall in love. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure speaking to each and every one of you and sharing what I believe is the solution for so many people around the world. And tomorrow, I can't wait to see you on the 11 o'clock call as well. Remember, we'll see you on the beaches of the world. Goodbye, everybody.